Oh, hey guys, you're here a little early. I didn't expect you yet. Let me get the fire going. Ah, there we go. Now we're ready for a night of just chilling and relaxing, open up some manga up on my couch. I got some good series for you today, one that I've been searching for since starting collecting manga, and yes, I found it. Only volume 1, but I gotta say, you're in for a treat with this one, guys. We have roughly 65 volumes. I don't know exactly. I think there might be some bonus ones in there. Couple of huge lots, not full series, but you know, something like around 17, 20 volumes in a couple of series. Also a couple of first volumes of series that I would like to start. So let's get into it. Let's open some boxes. All right, so we'll start with this box first. The majority of these are ordered off of eBay, and I've ordered a lot of series over the past month, and I've saved them all for this manga haul, so I'm not even really sure which one's in this box. It's gonna be a little bit of a surprise for me. Let's do it. We'll just put this over here. I was just doing it right there. I don't know what the hell kind of tape this is. It's like super tough tape. Oh, okay. It's the Rurouni Kenshin lot I ordered. Now this one I was really excited to get because it was a series that I watched back in the day on Adult Swim, but I never really had like the manga. I never read it online. I never had any of the volumes. So I was really interested to kind of get this and progress with the story because I really don't know much of the actual story. I mean, I saw what aired for the little amount of time it did on Adult Swim, but I never finished the entirety of the series. I think there's like 20 something volumes. I'd have to double check that. I'm not positive. So I've 1 through 10. That should give me a good indication of if I'm gonna like the series or not. From what I remember, it's about a Ronin, a samurai Ronin, who has a double-edged sword. Because you know most katanas are sharp on one side, I believe. I'm not a sword expert. I just have more Viz, Game of Thrones, Valerian Steel, long swords, so I'm not much for katanas, but I'm definitely interested to read the rest of this story because I hear that it's supposed to be really good. So if any of you have collected this manga or if any of you have read it before, parts of it at least, let me know what you think because I mean, it retails for $7.95. You can see here on the back. I got this whole lot for, I think, $2.50 per book plus shipping. So that was a very good find on my behalf. Highly recommend checking out eBay for past collectors reselling their manga. That's where I seem to find my best deals as far as like full lots like this go. If you're looking for like individual series or individual volumes, maybe something like thrift books I've had a little better luck with, but I'm excited for this one, guys. I'm excited for this one. All right, next we have another lot off of eBay. Again, I'm not positive which this one is, so there's only one way to find out. Open the bitch up. It'd probably be easier with those scissors, actually. Yeah. Next, we have My Hero Vigilantes. Now, this is another series that I really don't know too much about. I'm pretty sure it's before what happens in My Hero Academia. It's about some of the other heroes that are now teachers or, you know, professional heroes, kind of what happened before they were there. I know, I'm pretty sure Aizawa's in it, so he's my favorite My Hero character. So I'm excited to see him. And this one I was very happy with. I got a great deal. They retail at $9.99 per volume. I got this whole lot, 1 through 7, for $50. Now that is a great deal, in my opinion. I like My Hero Academia. It's not one of my favorite series. It's definitely top 5 for shonen, in my opinion. But this one I think is going to be a little cooler in my opinion. It kind of has like a Watchmen style vibe from what I've looked at and what I've read into. But again, I don't know too much about this one either. So if anybody is big into My Hero and has read the Vigilante series, either owns the lot or they've read it on Viz or Shonen Jump Weekly, let me know what you think because This one I'm definitely going to read soon. Give you guys a quick little flip through here. I'm pretty sure it's the same mangaka. Maybe it's not. Hey guys, sorry for the intrusion. I just recorded the whole entire manga haul video and realized that the battery for my audio receiver died. So I was recording the whole video without audio. So now we're gonna have to redo it. I'm gonna go to the typical, hand-only manga style manga haul videos. So sorry about the intrusion. Let's get back into it. All right, guys, we're back. We're doing the tableside manga haul with just me hands. I hope you had time to get your tea, pinky out, of course. Next up, we have another lot from eBay. This one's gonna be a little bit bigger. We have volumes 1 through 17 of Attack on Titan. And this one I am so excited for, because as I'm sure most of you know, the anime is in its final season now. So I decided to pick up the manga because I've heard from a lot of people that the manga is actually, in some cases, better than the anime. I mean, this is one of the animes that I think is, perfectly done in a sense. Like, I don't really have much to complain about with Attack on Titan, other than maybe it's kind of missing some information and some detail that's in the manga that's not in the anime. But I haven't read any of this yet. I've only watched them strictly anime only for this series, so I'd be interested to hear what some of you guys who have read the series think. Is there a lot that's missing from the anime? From my presumption, the anime is pretty spot on. I'm sure there's maybe minor details that are missed. I have 1 through 17. Let's get down to the bottom down here, see what's volume we end at. Okay, just judging off of this cover here, that seems like it's around the Royce Titan arc. Escape from Titan King, yeah, okay. Let's flip through the artwork and see what this is looking like. Okay, yeah, so this is when they're underground in the Rice family manor. Yeah, there's the Rice Titan going over the wall. So the artwork's pretty good. Levi. Wait, no, that was Aaron. Yeah, I'm excited to read this one. Especially starting this last season. The first episode was kind of confusing, and I feel like it's mostly due in part to being anime only. Because it seemed like there was some big time skip. Like they're talking about the battle for Paradise Island being 4 years ago. So I'd be interested to read this and catch up to where it is in the anime. I probably will start reading just from where the anime ended off. I'll go through and read the whole series later on. I just kind of want to catch up to where it is currently. But yeah, that's Attack on Titan, guys. Attack on Titan. Now, this next one's kind of cool. I actually bought this one from the same collector that I bought Attack on Titan from. So I bought the Attack on Titan lot from an eBay manga haul. The seller, AJ, who's kind of a friend of mine now, past collector, who was selling a part of his collection, found me actually on Facebook and reached out and sent me a whole list of all the other series he was trying to sell. And I ended up getting this one from him because I thought it looked kind of cool. It's Are You Alice? I got volumes 1 through 8. Now, I don't really know too much of this series, so I would be interested to hear from any of you who have read it or at least know what it's about. The little background that I've read into it was that there's this guy who's kind of like a mysterious dude right here. He finds his way into Wonderland, but it's kind of like a dystopian Wonderland where he is tasked by the Cheshire Cat, by the Queen of Hearts, to kill the White Rabbit. And at first, I think he kind of doesn't want to follow suit to what he's told to do. And then he soon realizes that if you don't play through your script in Wonderland, some bad things can happen. So he eventually has to cooperate with it. And I think that's kind of cool because I like when they take past stories like, Alice in Wonderland, things like that, and they kind of add their own twist on it and it becomes more like a thriller and psychological. I think that's kind of cool. Plus this artwork looks really trippy. I mean, look at that. That's pretty cool. I've always was kind of infatuated with Alice in Wonderland growing up, especially the Johnny Depp, the Tim Burton, I think it is, movies that came out later. They're just so trippy. It's kind of cool. I'm really interested to see what the Mad Hatter looks like in this series too. And I mean, AJ had 8 volumes of it collected, and I appreciate his insight on series so far. I mean, Attack on Titan is one of my favorite series of all time, top 5 animes for me, and he had 17 volumes, so hey, this is probably pretty good. But again, I haven't read it, don't know if there's an anime, so I haven't watched it either. If any of you guys are familiar with it, please let me know. Let's take a look at some of the artwork in here. Okay, that's pretty good actually. Cool. And that's Are You Alice? Cool. Let's get on to the next one. All right, next up we have a couple of volume 1s, a couple of random series that I either was recommended by someone to check out or that I kind of just thought, hey, that looks a little interesting, let's see what's in it. So first up we have Bestia. Now this is a series that I'm not really sure anything about. I actually did just read this one like the night before. It's about Asuka Tsukasa, who is kind of this guy who's zoophobic. He doesn't really like animals, kind of scared of them in a sense. But strangely enough, animals are always attracted to him for whatever reason. And the premise of this series is Tsukasa going to London to trying to find his mother who went missing. And quickly in London, he realizes that there are these elemental giant spirit beasts, and his mother actually was training them and capturing them and preserving their life because they're kind of on like the decline. Humans have humans have kind of like put them to the brink of extinction. So he ends up joining this company and having to work with animals. I honestly didn't really enjoy the series that much. I think I gave it like a 5 out of 10. So this might be one that I do in a giveaway. If that seems like something that you're interested in, keep that in mind. Next up, we have Devil's Line. Now this is another one I've heard of before, but I've never actually checked out myself. It kind of looked like Twilight in a manga version to me. So I was like, yeah, let's try it out. Oh, it looks like we have another Tsukasa. So a college student is rescued from an attack by a devil, one of many vampires that can blend in among the human population. Yeah, so that kind of sounds like Twilight to me. He's part of a supernatural shadowy police task force. So it kind of sounds like it might have some thriller aspects to it. The artwork was really cool. That's why I wanted to grab it. I mean, it seems like it's pretty substantial. Again, I have no idea how the story is, so this could be one that I eventually give away as well. But Devil's Line, guys. If you know this one, if you're into it, let me know. Next up, we have one that my buddy K Gemma actually recommended me, all the way from India, and that's Bake Monogatari. Oh, it's upside down. Bake Monogatari. Now, this series I actually thoroughly enjoyed. I just read this one the other day before this video because I want to be able to kind of talk about it a little bit. And I gotta say, from the artwork to the story, it kind of touches upon everything that I like. I mean, it has supernatural, it has slice of life, and it has a cool as hell older mentor-esque character, which you guys know tend to be my favorite for whatever reason. So this series follows Aragi, who is a high school student who is kind of infatuated with another girl in his class, Senjo Gahara. I don't know if I'm saying that right, who has had all of her weight stolen by a spirit crab. And he is here to kind of set out to save her with his mentor right here, Onoshi, who is a really cool, older Shikigami priest-esque dude who kind of trains himself to help people get rid of these spirits that have always been and always will be. And I don't want to get too much into the story because I think it's really good. The artwork is phenomenal and you guys should check this series out. I mean, I think right now it's growing to be really, really interesting to me, and I definitely am going to buy the rest of this series and try to collect it. I know it originated as light novels, and I'm not really into light novels, so I'll probably just stick to the manga version, but let me know what you guys think if you've read this one. Again, Bake Monogatari, highly recommend. All right, this next one, guys, oh, this next one is the one I'm most excited for. This next one, guys, is one that has been #1 on my to collect list since getting manga, since getting into kind of a collector mentality of manga and doing some manga videos. And it's been one that is very, very elusive. And this series, guys, I've honestly kind of become obsessed with without even reading the manga yet, without watching the anime, and honestly not really even knowing what the series is about. Just the rarity and price point of this manga made it almost like a challenge for me to get, and I think that that's made the series even better in my opinion, because it has now this almost adventure that I went through to get the series, and that's Mushishi. Yes, I only have volume 1, and for those of you who are into manga collecting and know what this series is, it's been out of print since 2008, and this is volume 1, so I think it was more early 2000s, maybe 2006, around there. And this series, to get a brand new sealed version of it, I've seen it going for $2,500 for all 10 volumes. I got this one, guys. It's in very good condition. I mean, there's some minor stains. You can see one right there. The pages are a little, you know, colors changed a bit. I got this for 50 bucks. And that took weeks of searching. And I had to send counter offer after counter offer to people. And I finally got it. And now starting to read it, I am in love with it, guys. Like initially, like the artwork seemed like it was kind of like not that great. I mean, you can see like his feet and his hands and stuff. But then I quickly realized that it's just original as hell, guys. And it honestly is kind of like a trippy, like chill vibe in the artwork. And that's honestly kind of like what the whole series is about. It's just chill as hell and like supernatural, and oh my god, it gives you good vibes. So basically a background of this series, it follows a guy by the name of Ginkgo, who is a Mushishi, a Mushi master. Now Mushi are these kind of prehistoric ancient life forms of Earth. They kind of date back before plants and humans are really even indistinguishable. And what they do is they can kind of like seamlessly kill people for no reason, or infect people's minds and make them go insane, or honestly in some cases not be bad at all, kind of be beneficial and helpful to people. But this guy, Ginkgo, has trained, he's kind of like a traveling wanderer who has trained and has knowledge of Mushi. So he goes around and helps people in need get rid of their Mushi or whatever they need from him, really. And I highly recommend this one, guys. It's very pricey. I mean, other than this $150 volume that I found, they kind of sell for like 200 plus per volume. So I would recommend either watching the anime or just reading an ebook of this one, unless you have the funds to blow on it, because the $50 ones don't come around very often. You kind of have to find them at secondhand stores or really find a past collector that you can negotiate with. Highly recommend, and I am only on part 1, chapter 1, so I'm going to try to collect this whole series for as cheap as possible. I don't want to spend over like $500. I know that seems like a lot, but I'm in love with it. Mushishi, guys, check it out. Lastly, for the volume 1s of new series, I have one that has actually been recommended to me by Ebby Island again. Always coming in clutch with the good recommendations, and that's Spy X Family. Now this is a shonen series, so it has, you know, some typical shonen tropes, but it's very good at blending comedy and kind of slice of lifey style vibes to the series. It takes place with a master spy, Twilight, who is tasked with a mission to overthrow a military leader of another organization that is kind of planning to, you know, shake up democracy and kind of screw over the world. It's very Cold War-esque and very cool. So with his mission, he has to find a fake wife and a fake child to infiltrate this prestigious school where there's an inner circle that is close to this military dictator dude. So he ends up finding a daughter who is actually a telepath and a wife who is actually an assassin, and shit just hits the fan. It blends comedy perfect with action and suspense, and I'm not even into the bulk of the actual mission yet, so I can imagine that it's going to get pretty intense at some point. This one's really good, guys. Highly recommend. I think there's only 3 volumes out in English, but you can read the majority of the series on Viz's weekly Shonen Jump app. So check out Spy X Family, guys. Again, if you have read any of these series, please let me know what you think of them in the comments below. And let's get into the last lot. All right, guys. Up next, we have the biggest lot of the night. This is another eBay lot, and this is the one that I think I got the best deal on, besides maybe Robori Kenshin for $3 a volume. This one, guys, Berserk 1 through 23. Oh, and for those of you who've watched my collection video, my last manga haul video, you know that Berserk is my favorite manga series of all time. So this one's huge for me. I've been wanting to collect this series for a long time, because ever since honestly watching the for original 97's anime, I mean, the artwork in this is just freaking phenomenal, and the story is even better. It gets dark. I mean, it gets very gory, so if you're not into that, maybe stay clear of this one. Lots of action, lots of psychological twists. But this series, guys, retails at $16 for 1 volume. I got this whole lot for about $7 a volume, which is crazy. That's half value. I mean, even like these going unsealed, volumes 1 through 40, I'm seeing it go for like $650. I got all of this, I think it was like $130 plus tax and shipping. I don't know exactly, I can check that out for you guys, but it was roughly $750 per volume, and that is crazy. So guys, if you ever want to get a good series, I highly recommend eBay. I mean, you can hop onto one of my manga shopping videos, my manga and chill streams. I always do my manga shopping on those, so you can kind of see how I find my series, how I counter offer and message sellers to get better prices. But this series, guys, oh my god, I think the Golden Age arc ends around volume 3, and then from 14 to 23, that's roughly what the new CGI shit seasons cover. So I'm really interested to get 23 up to volume 40, which is what the series is up to right now, because I've kind of breezed through the CGI seasons because they aren't that great. I just kind of wanted to get the story because I loved it so much, and I wasn't really into manga when I was watching those. So now that I have these, I'm definitely rereading the whole series, because even the Golden Age arc, there's so much that the manga has that the anime doesn't. So I'm definitely rereading all that, get up to 23, and then once I get there, I'll probably try to buy the remaining volumes of the series, unless I find it pop up somewhere for a lot cheaper. Then maybe I'll cop it. But it's kind of hard to find, like, you know, just 23 up. Most people are selling like from the beginning to where they ended, which is often I see around 10, 15 volumes, or they sell the whole lot and they're not willing to separate it. So if any of you guys are looking to sell Berserk, let me know. I'm your guy. And also, if you're still here on this video, little sneak peek, I have 2 volumes, 1s and 2 now, if you saw my last collection video. So I will be doing a giveaway for the first 2 volumes of Berserk. I will be doing a giveaway for Bestia, possibly Devil's Line, and the first 2 volumes of Demon Slayer. So if you're interested in any of those, stay tuned. I'm not positive when the giveaway is going to be happening. Probably when I hit 200 subs, because I'm starting to get there quicker than I was expecting. I was hoping to get to 100 subs by the end of this year, and I'm already well past that. So thank you guys for all the support. I hope you enjoyed this, and for now, stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned. Love you guys.